Hello, and welcome to Your Money 2.0. I'm Thomas Fox, Community Outreach Director at Cambridge Credit Counseling. Beginning in the first few weeks of January, many of us started to see a little extra money in our paychecks. That boost was due to a temporary tax holiday that will run throughout 2011. The cut decreases the federal payroll tax by 2 percentage points, thereby increasing our take-home pay. On average, we can expect to see anywhere between $10 to $30 a week more in our paychecks. Not too bad. Over the course of the year, that can amount to some serious money. Initial estimates project that the tax holiday will put $112 billion back into the economy. Similar to the Bush tax cuts of 2001 and 2003, the logic of the temporary measure is to promote consumer spending, since 2/3 of the nation's economy is supported by the purchases we make. Like you, I can't think of anything better than taking home an extra $1,000 or so this year. However, it's important to realize that this tax holiday is temporary and it came at a cost. The tax holiday cuts the payroll tax used to fund Social Security and Medicare from 6.2% to 4.2%, but only for 2011 earnings. The administration has given no indication they want to make the cut permanent. At the end of December 2011, the tax rate would increase by 2% and we'll be right back where we started. Well, almost. The 2011 tax holiday was a compromise built into the extension of the Bush-era tax cuts. At the same time that Congress passed the payroll tax cut, they also allowed a $400 tax credit to expire. In reality, the tax holiday is roughly 2/3 its face value because of the loss of this credit. So, when the tax holiday expires, we'll actually be taking home less money, unless incomes increase. Now, next year is a long way off, and understandably having a little extra money in your pocket right now is something each of us can appreciate. However, due to the temporary nature of the tax holiday, we have to be careful about how we use those funds. Having an extra $30 a week or $120 a month in our spending plan can relieve economic stress, but you have to be prepared to lose those funds at the end of the year. Typically, as we increase our earnings, we tend to increase the expenses needed to maintain our lifestyle. In this case, because the payroll tax cut is temporary, it would be wise to avoid any purchases that result in ongoing expenses. Each of us has our eye on those purchases we'll make when we have a little extra money. There are a few pieces of technology I've had my eye on for a while, but many of these purchases require costly service contracts. Let's say I want to upgrade my phone. My current service plan is $50, but the latest and greatest smartphone costs $80 a month. Throughout 2011, I may not feel that increase because of the temporary tax cut, but when it disappears at the end of the year, I could find myself struggling to keep up with my new obligation. One of the best ways to spend your money is to pay yourself first. Granted, putting the money back into the economy will help. However, as individuals, we have long-term financial needs we have to consider. One of the best suggestions is to catch up on building emergency savings. In the current economy, it's recommended that you should set aside anywhere from 8 to 10 months of expenses in an emergency fund. Now that sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but what better way to use found money than to put it away until you need it? Emergency funds can help you get through medical emergencies, periods of unemployment, and any other life event that requires you to lean on your savings. You can reward yourself after you top off your emergency fund, within reason, maybe, but within your budget, definitely. Well, that's it for this edition. As always, we welcome your feedback and ask for your thoughts and suggestions by emailing us at yourmoney2@cambridgecredit.org. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm Thomas Fox for Cambridge Credit Counseling.